This program contains scenes of nonsensical garbage and coarse language and is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, my little pumpkins. Welcome back. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do in today's video. And, I mentioned kind of briefly in my video on Monday that I was like, oh, I'm gonna hold off on it. I'll talk about it in a future video. Well, that's today. I want to share with you something that I have just been so obsessed with, like I have been so consumed with, that I just could not stop thinking about it, and I had to go do it. And before I kind of launch into my tale, in today's video, I'm just going to be doing a good old-fashioned get ready with me. All the makeup that I use will be listed down below. I'll probably touch briefly upon a couple of things. These actually just came in the mail the other day, the Amy Loves Makeup Adept collaboration, and I'm actually really excited to use those. But everything else is kind of like either I featured it or I'm going to feature it very shortly. So probably the only thing I'm probably going to touch upon, but everything else, I say that now and then watch me like do a wrap up at the end. I'll probably do a wrap up at the end, but I need to go to work. I'm filming this at like 6 something in the morning. So I also need to be mindful of my time. So with that said, I'm just going to shut up and kind of launch into my tale. I hope you enjoy it. I have been so obsessed with something, and it kind of all started, you know what? Kind of all started when I was sick. When I was sick, there would be moments where I would have sudden bursts of energy. Granted, they were few and far between, but when I did, I was able to go on TikTok. Couldn't really do much of anything else, but I needed something that I could just mindlessly scroll through. I don't know how I ended up on Costco's TikTok, but if you're on, if you didn't know this, but if you're on TikTok, I think for more than 5 seconds or 10 seconds for a video, the algorithm just kind of feeds that to you. So my whole feed was just inundated with Costco hauls or just like restocking of things, and I just found it so fascinating. And it's very stupid. It really is. There's like nothing, like when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, you're like, really, Costco? You just found out about it? Yeah. So you, okay? You for judging me. But no, like seriously, I never really had access to Costco. BJ's, yes, but BJ's, I feel like, compared to Costco, it's kind of like an inferior product. BJ's doesn't hit well as Costco, but I fuck with BJ's, especially down here, because nowhere else has Poland Spring. So for that, I love BJ's. And I will always be a BJ's member until they stop selling Poland Spring, and then I will just wish the worst on them. But for now, we like each other. Through my morphine haze, I found myself just titillated with all of these really weird hauls, or just people kind of walking around in Costco being like, hey, I lost 75 pounds. This is what I've been eating at Costco. They're always yelling at you. I don't know why, but they always just yell at you, and they just want to just yell and get your attention, which it got my attention, so who am I to say anything? But anyway, I would watch these things and I found myself just enthralled, like, wow, I didn't know they sold that at Costco. Oh my God, look at that. Oh, I kind of want to try that. And then I would fall on the other side where it would just be like a mom with a family of 4, and she's like, I'm spending $1,000 on my Costco haul. And I'm like, just amazed at all that they get. But then even more than that, I would watch them put it away, and I got excited. Not in a sexual way, okay? I'm not that weird, but I just got excited. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Maybe I should have a separate egg container. Maybe I should have a separate container to put my milk and juice in. Granted, I don't have any juice in this house, and we barely have any milk because I'm a weirdo that likes dry cereal. So I don't know if I really need that, do I? Probably not. But anyway, they're very effective. So as I started to kind of feel better, I kind of forgot about Costco because I stopped really looking at social media and I had to get my ass back to work. Listen, I'm kind of like meh about TikTok. Like as a creator, I don't like it because I am just not a short form bitch. And what I think is funny just doesn't land in the algorithm. So like whatever. And that's fine. It's a young person's game. I get it. But as someone who does like things fast and straight to the point, it is helpful. Not with beauty so much. Like I don't watch any beauty because I just don't care enough. But everything else I do. Anyway, so I kind of forgot about it. And then one day on the toilet, you know how it goes. And it came up again and again and again and again and again and again. And my feed was once again just filled with the glory that is Costco. And I finally said, I need to go there. I need to go there. I need to go there. Then I would shut the app and I would forget about it. And this went on for a few days until something, I don't know, maybe I had a dream about it. I don't know what propelled me to kind of shoot out of bed one morning, but I looked over at Alex and I said, we need to go to Costco. We need to see what this is about. And he's like, why are you yelling at me? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. But whatever. I was like, put your pants on, we're going. All right. Now, Costco is not really super close to me. It's about an hour. It probably would be less, but you know, Florida traffic, which kind of just, I don't even know. Traffic just fucking hits different down here because nobody knows how to merge. But whatever, I digress. This is not about Florida traffic. Anyway, all right, so one Saturday morning, which I know in hindsight, probably not the best time to go because everybody goes to Costco on a Saturday. I probably should have went during the middle of the week, but you know, work, couldn't do that. Although I did think about calling out. I'm not gonna lie. But then I realized people at work do follow me on Instagram, and if I did post any fucking videos of me in Costco, they'd be like, the fuck is wrong with you? And rightfully so, rightfully so. I'm an asshole. Anyway, so we take a gander to the Claremont Costco. And, you know, listen, the whole drive, I was like so excited. It's actually kind of gross when I think about it. Because I'm like, when was the last time I felt alive? Apparently never. Because the excitement that I had for going to a fucking store, oh my God, just the anticipation was palpable. We pull up and this place is huge, okay? Fucking huge. The biggest thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. It almost feels like a castle. Like, it's just fucking massive. And it's very intimidating. See, like when you go to BJ's, they kind of just like let you walk in. They don't give a fuck. I don't think anybody cares to be in a BJ's. And I'm sure there's gonna be like fucking BJ loyalists in the comments being like, go fuck yourself. It's a privilege to be there. No, it's not. Okay, listen, if you've been to a fucking BJ's, it feels like just, I don't know. It just always is sad. But they do have my Poland Springs, so I love them for that. But seriously, it just always seems very sad. No matter what time you go. But anyway, or maybe it's just the fucking BJ's by me. That could be it too.
No, it's all of them.
So when you walk to the front of the store, there's a giant entrance and a giant exit. And I was like, I don't know, what do I do? So of course I go to the entrance and it's just like a herd of cattle just going in. And I told the guy, I don't have a membership. He's like, that's okay. Just go through the exit, go through customer service. And look, there's nobody online. It'll be fast. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like seriously, I'm in love with you. I love good customer service. I really do. So I was like, thank you so much, Mr. Costco. I didn't say the last part, but I should have though. That would have confused him. But anyway, so we go into the exit. There is nobody on the customer service line. I get this woman who kind of just reminded me of my mom. And she kind of like held my hand through the whole process. And I know I'm making it sound like it is like, oh, like you have to give your blood. No, you don't have to do any of that. But she just made everything so simple. Again, I love good customer service. I'm a huge fucking fan. The one thing that I really, really liked about like all the Costco videos that I saw was it wasn't just about food, but it would just be about just general, just shit that they have at Costco. You could buy Legos. You could buy a whole fucking encyclopedia if you wanted it. A tool shed, a Dyson vacuum. Like you can get whatever the fuck you want. And I don't know why that just amazes me so much. I don't understand. I've been to a Target. I've been to a Walmart. You know, but you know what I mean? Like I've been to stores where they sell these types of things, but in this capacity, it almost feels like you're getting a deal. But are you? Maybe $10 off, but still it feels really good. I don't know, okay? I'm just somebody that obviously fucking can be sold magic beans. I know who I am. I am my mother's daughter, and I don't make any apologies for it. I am what's wrong with America, okay? Actually, no, that is not true. That I am far from it. But whatever, point is, I am just an easy, gullible fucking person. So anyway, me and Alex, we sign up for a membership. Lady's giving us like the lay of the land. And as she prints our really disturbing looking IDs, almost kind of like handing the keys to the castle. It was such a weird, but like triumphant experience. That's probably the best way I could describe it. I was like, oh, but then when I looked at the picture, I was like, oh, you couldn't have taken a fucking better picture? Okay, all right, Sharon. Fuck. Still love her to pieces. So we then take our IDs proudly and we go out the exit, back into the entrance, and there was nobody. It was kind of desolate, which was kind of freaky. It was like as soon as we just signed up for a membership, everything that I thought about Costco just stopped and it wasn't so sparkly. And it kind of just like freaked me out for a second because I'm like, where's Mr. Costco? I don't know where he is. And while yes, I still did need the membership if I wanted to purchase anything, but in reality, I didn't even need one because there was nobody at the door checking them anymore. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, so I did my base really fast and stuff like that. I really just want to jump into this palette. I'm gonna use a combination of both of these little guys down here. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do the pink. Hold on, let's see how good this is. Oh, that's pretty. That's nice. Oh, I like that. It's kind of pairing really, really nicely with my bronzer. I really do like Adept's formula when it comes to their face products. I have a bronzer by them. Ooh, so good. Oh, this is cute. I like that. All right, that's good. And now I just need a highlighter. Hold on. Oh, I look so cute. You would trust me. I would trust me. So there are 2 highlighters in this guy. Let's see. What does the darker one look like? Ooh, the darker one looks nice. But I think we're gonna go with the lighter one, obviously. Ooh. You know what? They're both really pretty. Let's do 1 and 1. Amy, bitch. Amy. Bitch. I know that sounds really horrible, but bitch. Look. Are you fucking kidding me? Ma'am. Ma'am. Oh my God, I feel bad because she's not a ma'am, but ma'am. Fuck, dude. That's good. Okay, I mean, we can just end the video now, all right? I climaxed, did you? Okay, so let's try the other side. Oh, Amy pants. What the fuck, girl? This is so pretty. Bitch, I like this. I don't know which side I like more. I mean, they're both kind of fucking perfect. They're both amazing. This is great. Just want to go in just with a little bit more kind of blush. Kind of just want to put that right on top of those highlighters. Oh, bitch. Oh, this is so cute. I really like that a lot. That definitely just fucking, oof, shocked the shit out of me. Let me douse my face with this and let it dry. Then we'll move on to the eye look. But one thing that I've been playing around with the past like few days is the Urban Decay All Nighter Hyaluronic Acid Spray. I like this a lot. This is really nice. But I don't know if it's like dethroning the Extra Glow. There's just something about the Extra Glow that's so good. But this smells really good. It actually smells like watermelon, or at least what I think watermelon smells like. And there's no like weird chemical burn or anything like that. So this is good. All right, let's spray this. Let me just cover the mic. All right, so I'm just gonna let my face dry. So in the meantime, let me tell you this part of the story. So as we walk into the store, it kind of starts feeling a little bit more like gloomy because there's no Mr. Costco protecting the gates. I feel like in ways it kind of felt like a zombie movie because there would be people behind me like, and I'm talking like fast zombies, like little feral creatures would just kind of like they would run past me. And listen, that would make sense if they were kids. No, these were grown adults kind of just like being goblins. And I was like, okay, whatever, fine. So I kind of safely got out of their way because I didn't want to be trampled to death. So good for me. But I started kind of looking around and I noticed how fucking huge the store was and it just got so overwhelming. Like I didn't know where to start, where to begin. It was like, you know, I don't know, like it's like talking to your crush when you were in school, like you would just freeze up. That's what it felt like. I'm like, so we're kind of walking through and it's all of the appliances. I don't need a fridge. Did I want to meander around and open doors and pretend like, oh, I think this ice maker could work for us? I did want to do that, but I didn't want to waste Alex's time because I know he hates shit like this. And I'm not an awful wife, okay? I make him do a lot of stupid stuff, but I also don't want him to stay in places that he cannot fucking stand. But we did spend a lot of time in there. But anyway, so we kind of like bypassed that aisle. Well, kind of like the first few aisles because it seemed to be like mostly building materials, which I was like, wow, you could actually buy a sink here? That's fucking crazy. You could buy a toilet, you could buy a whole shower system. It was, I don't even know, like there was no words. It kind of felt like a Home Depot, but without the like sawdust throw up smell, if that makes sense. So as we're working our way kind of to the back of the store, there just was too much stuff. I got so fucking overwhelmed. I don't know where to look. In hindsight, did I see any of the things that fucking TikTok showed me? No. I saw none of that. Beautiful displays, Lego sets, makeup and skincare. I saw none of that. I don't know, maybe it's probably because I probably wasn't looking in the right spots for them. It's probably there, but I think I just got so overwhelmed that I just didn't know what to do. So as we're making our way again to the back of the store, I noticed there was just like hordes of people and there would be all these like giant lines for things. I was like, what the fuck are people like online for? Samples. People were online for motherfucking samples. And granted, listen, it was in the morning. Was I super hungry? No. But do I love waiting online for stupid shit? Not really. But if you give me free food, I'm there. So the first line was like, I don't even know what it was. It was like some weird chicken dip or something like that. I think they described it as like a chicken tortilla dip or whatever. It was like on a little chip. It was actually really delicious. Regret not actually getting it. But I think I just got so like, I quickly grabbed the sample, walked 10 feet away, then ate the sample like a rat. Like They started to kind of become the goblins that were coming into the store. And I understood. I was one with those people. Before I go any further, this is what the palette looks like. She is super fucking pretty. I don't even know what I want to do with this. Oh, I do love that one. Pisces. Ooh, stunning is cute too. Okay, I like vibes, but it's a little bit too dark for me right now. Ooh, I like pink. Pink's nice. I kind of want to go in with Pisces though. Yeah, we're going with Pisces. Actually, hold on. Ooh, lights up is good too. Ooh, I actually want to try Indie. Ooh, Indie. Ooh, that's like a pink Tin Man deck. Okay, interesting. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll do Indie. Oh, fuck. Maybe we'll do Lavender. Fuck. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, maybe we'll do Lavender. Oh, that's fucking good. I know y'all are not going to be able to fucking see this, but the swatches do not disappoint though. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. First of all, my hand looks like I fisted Tinkerbell, so that's cute. Very sparkly. Ooh, don't love that. But I guess that shade Glam stains. Okay, so we're not gonna put that on my eyelid because then it's gonna look like somebody shit on my pillowcase and I have pink eye. So we're not gonna do that. But I think I'm gonna go in with that lavender shade though. Hold on, let me wash my hands because this is a fucking nightmare. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so excited to put that lavender shade all over my body. I'm gonna go in with Mi Amor. Actually, no, I'm gonna go in with Mi Amor. We're gonna put that all over the lid. I feel like this is gonna be pretty. Oh wow, okay. Kind of really wish that there was a lighter shade to kind of blend this out. But I mean, listen, I feel like the purpose of this palette, all the fun, shifty, shimmery shit. So listen, it makes sense, but I'm just being a fucking brat right now. And I'm like, I gotta use my setting powder like a fucking commoner. Like that's, that's how I feel. Where was I? Okay, yeah. The produce section in Costco is fucking beautiful. The one in BJ's looks so sad, like so sad. God, this is what fresh produce looks like? Fuck, okay. The meat looked really, really good. There were just so many things that I don't know, like I was overwhelmed. So when it came to like putting things in the cart, we barely had anything. I think we got steak at that point. AAA batteries because the headphones that I use for work, and they're the only headphones that the audio plays good with, which is kind of unfortunate, but they're so old. But they're noise canceling and I need like fucking AAA batteries and I go through them like water, which is super annoying. And then we got some command strips. It felt really anticlimactic at that point. I thought my cart would be full of just fun, just cool shit. But at that point it was like, I think I was just like kind of putting things in the cart because I was like, oh, well, they're here. But anyway, so as we're working our way past produce, past meat or whatever, we just hear what sounds like a beautiful choir of angels. I don't know who these fucking men were. It had to be about like 15 like old men. And I mean like they reminded me of my stepfather, meaning that they were kind of all short, like white gray, little bald heads. All the men had little pot bellies. They all wore these like blue shirts, but they had voices of angels. They were just singing in the middle of the store and people just kind of like were surrounding them. It almost felt like it was Christmas, which really made no fucking sense because it's May. But I think it's halfway to Halloween, not halfway to Christmas. Now, I could never get too close to the gaggle of old men singing, but they didn't appear to be Costco employees, which made it even funnier. So I don't know if this is just a normal thing that happens at Costco, where they will have live performances next to the sample station. I don't know. But listen, I didn't hate it. But it was just so weird at the time. It was just so wild because I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because you just hear, oh, like... It almost kind of reminded me of like that scene in Home Alone where it's like the little gospel of, well, actually that's children though, but you kind of get the point. It was like the gospel of like, kids singing in the church. That's what it felt like, except old men. Anyway, so as the old men kind of like, you know, were ending their singing. And that's the one thing I'll say about, and this kind of goes for any store, but specifically in Florida, I feel like, because in New York, people are just fucking aggressive. Like they don't care. They'll be like, get the fuck out of my way. And you're like, fuck you. And then you fight or whatever. Here, it's more like people will just kind of walk right behind you or like get really, really close to you. And instead of just saying, excuse me, can I get that? They'll just stand there and just wait for you to move so that they don't have to say anything and then they can go get their item, which annoys the fuck out of me because I just want them to go, excuse me, may I get that? No problem. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have that experience instead of someone like like fucking breathing heavily in my ear. Like, ma'am, I don't know you, okay? Get the fuck away from me. But anyway, we finally find an aisle where it just didn't feel super overwhelming. And I started noticing like they had all these like gyoza and dumplings. I was like, ooh, that kind of sounds good. Maybe we should get that. But I often feel like gyozas are just, I don't know, unless you're Trader Joe's, they're really not that good. So I didn't want to be dickmatized. But as we kind of went down the end of the aisle, I saw this huge fucking line for like a little sample station. And I'm like, what is it? It's the gyoza. Oh my God, is this fucking fate? I think it is. So I was like, I need to go on this line. Alex looked at me and he goes, are you fucking kidding? There's so many people. I'm like, I don't care. I've come here. I'm not leaving without a gyoza. He was like, okay. So we get online and this line was long, okay? This line was long. There were some points where I just felt like, am I ever gonna get this? Because so many fucking people. And of course, the lady that was actually putting the samples together, she was an angel. Now I understand why the line was so big and why it took so long, because this lady was like a fucking surgeon, okay? She would take the gyoza and cut them in such a way that created like this perfect triangle. And it'd be like a light layer of like whatever sauce on it. She was an artist, okay? She was a gyoza artist, all right? And I was beyond impressed. So anyway, one of my favorite things to do anywhere I am is people watch. I love people watching. I almost wish it was like a sport in the Olympics. That's how much I love people watching. We're starting to kind of get closer to the front of the line. I noticed this one, I don't even know. He kind of reminded me of, oh God, like Newman from Jurassic Park a little bit, except taller. Maybe a hair less menacing. I don't know. The ponytail didn't really help. He had like a little baby rat tail. Anyway, kind of menacing, but he would occasionally kind of like look behind him and like look around the store like this. And after like the 5th time, I was like, what the fuck is this guy like looking for? I don't know. Because he'd always be like this. And then he would like look at like where his place in line was and he was just like, okay, and then he would just do this. I was thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is going on? But then like out of nowhere, like a fucking beacon of hope. Like the fucking Batman arriving to the scene. There was a teenage boy that had this like small little like floofy, adorable little lap dog like sitting on his leg. He's driving like a motorized like scooter, like, you know, like the ones that you see at like the front of the store. They're usually designed for older people or people who have like mobility or disabilities or whatever, you know, because it has like a little basket or whatever. Dog sitting on this kid's lap. And I just see like a bunch of like little cups in their hand. And it's kind of miraculous because the dog is like sitting there perfectly. The kid is like steering with one hand and with the other hand just like holding like these little cups. Pulls up to Newman basically and Newman goes, oh, I was looking for you. I was looking for you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he just took the little cups. The motherfucker got samples brought to him. And I'm like, that is such a good idea. I looked at Alex. I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, stop it. I was like, we could cover more ground, okay? But it was actually kind of really funny. I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. It's procuring samples smarter, not harder. Fucking, that man must be the CEO of a fucking company. Like, it made so much sense. Anyway, so dude finishes his samples and now it's his turn. And the gyoza artist, that's probably the best I could describe her. She puts out like 6 samples at a time. This man took most of the samples. And then I was kind of like, really? Like, really, dude? Like, okay. But whatever. I waited this long. What's another 3 to 5 minutes? By the way, this shade is so pretty. It's so pretty. But it's something I feel like I have to keep like layering. It's kind of funny because I feel like in a swatch, it was like super opaque, but I don't know, maybe it's the brush that I'm using is just not liking it. Now it's starting to look better though. But first I was like, oh, I mean, it's kind of like a pretty shimmer, but I'm like, I'm not starting to see that flip. Now I am though. And that flip is everything. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Not to say that I couldn't see it before, but I don't know, like I wanted it to be a little bit more like bam in your face, and now it feels like it is. So that's kind of something to note. But I like it though. I'm gonna go in with a synthetic brush because that was a natural hair brush that I used. I'm gonna see if the synthetic one picks it up better. So as me and Alex are waiting for our little samples, we see like Newman kind of run into the middle of the aisle, eating like a little goblin, like how everybody does with their samples at Costco. And then I noticed that he kind of like looked back over to where I was standing and the little like sample station. And he would kind of like look over and then look back at the, like the refrigerated cases and kind of like look back. I see him kind of like sheepishly kind of like walk over back to the sample station. But he was kind of doing it in like a weird, like sneaky way where it kind of felt like this motherfucker was going to try to jump the line. Like that's the vibe I got. And I was like, no. Because he kind of like came over and he was watching the lady kind of like cook the samples, and you know, he kind of would look at the line and then he would look at me and then he would like look at the samples and then he would kind of like look like at the front of the line and then he would look at like the carts coming. I feel like in his mind he was like trying to do a Ocean's 11 style heist. Where he's like, well, maybe if we have one person walk that way, and then when the lady drops the samples, I could just take the tray and run. Like I saw the shit that was going on in his head, and I was not liking it. Listen, do that to the people behind me. Don't do that to me, okay? So as she is delicately cutting this little gyoza and then putting him into the cups and such, she puts them all in a tray, and as soon as she puts the tray down, he kind of like starts to go over and he puts his like hand out, and I look at him and he's like, and then he kind of like shouts into this woman's face like, these were really good. Where can I get them? And the lady was like, down the aisle, like down the aisle. He was like, okay, what's the name of them again? And he's like trying to grab for the sample, and I'm looking at him, and then he kind of like looks at me and he quickly takes his hand back, and she's like, she kind of like shows him the box. And he's like, okay, so where do I get those? And listen, me and Alex in unison both went,
Down the aisle!
Like, I just couldn't. And he's just, oh, okay. I was about to throw it down, okay? Don't fuck with my snacks. Oh yeah, this is so much better. Okay, so I think it's the brush. I think it was the brush because this one looks so much more impactful. Yeah, buddy, that's what I want. Okay, I just need to kind of get into little cracks and crevices. I need like a smaller brush. I am fucking glowing, bitch. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so dude skedaddles, right? Well, I thought he skedaddled. And then lady drops her samples. I go up. We take one sample apiece because we're not monsters. Thank you so much. She goes, you're welcome. Have a blessed day. Thank you so much, Miss Costco. Fucking, we start walking away. As soon as we walked away, Newman came back and was like, yoink, and then grabbed a sample and then ran down the aisle. Like, I know what that motherfucker was up to. I could tell that he was trying to steal some shit, and I was right. So kudos to me, okay? Fucking people and their fucking samples. Yikes. Anyway, I have to say though, the gyoza was actually worth the fucking 20-minute wait and the almost fist fight I got into. Just saying, I did buy a box. I did buy a box. If you see this one's good. Get it. Okay, so after we were done with that, there was another sample. Nobody was on it. It was salad. I was like, oh. Salad was really delicious, so we had that too. So far I had like a little dip, half a gyoza, 3 pieces of lettuce with a crouton on top of it. Life is really good for me so far. So when we got out of like the frozen section, we started going through the other aisles and such. And I started realizing like there was really nothing that we had in our cart. We wound up getting like some cereal and a box of Sun Chips. Like it wasn't like anything that I thought it was gonna be. I thought in my mind that I was gonna walk out with like all this stuff because there's just all these things that I wanted. I couldn't find anything. And granted, I still think it's probably because I was completely overwhelmed with the amount of sheer people that were in this Costco. And I'm sure if I went like Wednesday at 9 a.m., I would have a much better experience and probably find the things that I'm looking for. I'm gonna go into the shade Scrunchy, and we are going to use that as like a little liner shade. This is going on really nicely. I'm gonna go into that shade. I'm gonna go into actually pink. I'm gonna put that in the inner corner actually. I was initially gonna go in with Lights Up, but no, we're gonna go in with pink. Because there's some pink in this lavender shade and it's pairing really nicely. The other thing that was really fun about Costco as we were kind of like heading towards the front of the store, there was this couple that every fucking aisle we would turn into, even if we were like sat in an aisle for like 20 minutes, like looking at something, you surely don't think that like you're gonna see the same people over and over again. It's like we were on the same speed. It was the weirdest thing, but we kept running into each other. And it kind of like started to freak me out a little bit like It Follows. I was like, I need to find someone to have sex with to get rid of this. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibe this couple was giving us. Everywhere we turned, they were just there. And it was kind of annoying. I'm gonna go in. I know, I'm such a clown. I love Cultura and it's sitting right here and I don't feel like reaching down to get into anything else. But anyway, we kept seeing them every fucking where we turned. Before you get to the checkout, there's all these like aisles like in the middle of the store. And this couple, I guess they were probably also freaked out that they kept running into us. This lady cut me off to like try to get into the aisle first, which is fucking so annoying. But anyway, joke's on her. I guess she didn't realize like how small the aisles were. When she did it really fast, she wound up actually taking out a whole fucking display of Oreos. And that made me happy. I was like, that's what you get, bitch, okay? Justice was served at the Costco. And as we walked past her, as she's like trying to pick everything up, we were like, so good, so good. So we get to the checkout area and I like look down in our cart and literally all we have is batteries, command strips, steak, some Sun Chips, Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, and a couple other things that I can't remember. Anyway, 200 bucks. I was like, really? Like, it didn't even feel like anything substantial. I was like, all right, okay. Okay. Which in hindsight, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. But just in the sheer variety of like what I've seen, like TikTok hauls, right? Where they show their giant hauls. I seen them as low as like $300. And it looks like there was just so much shit. I just felt like I barely got anything. What the fuck is this about? The one thing that I sincerely regret is that I didn't get $1.50 Costco hot dog. One thing, and I feel really bad because that was the one thing Alex was really looking forward to, but when we started to check out, the line for the food court was the longest line I have ever fucking seen. You would think that we were in a theme park. And we looked at each other and we're like, no. We had enough at this point. So yeah, we have to go back clearly to go get that hot dog. But I gotta say, you know, TikTok is a very funny place. And I feel like, well, yes, listen, I had a blast in Costco and I was very excited to go. Did it live up to what I thought it was gonna be? No. I feel like on TikTok it was painted as like this magical fucking euphoria. Like, oh, you find everything and anything and it's amazing and the deals are great, blah, blah, blah. No, it was just kind of like, oh, all right. It's like BJ's, maybe a little bit better selection, but still like BJ's, so all right. Did I really need to come here? Probably not. But am I happy that I have a membership? Absolutely. I love it. So yeah, it was kind of lackluster. Never meet your heroes, kids. Okay? Oh my God. I feel like truck stop hooker personified, okay? I am giving you like 80s lot lizard vibe. I love it. I just need to put some mascara on. I don't think I have any new lips. No, I don't think I have any new lips. I'm gonna find something fast to put on. And yeah, let's talk about some of this stuff. So here's the completed look. And obviously I went with truck stop hooker. I know. I feel and look extra and I kind of fucking love it. The more I look at myself in the monitor, the more I'm like, you're going places, lady. I know, it's so good. I will say though, if I did wear all of this makeup outside, it's not gonna last. It's 97 degrees out. My face is going to melt away. And then children will see me and they'll start screaming and fleeing and it'll be a whole fucking thing. I'll be in the paper again. We can't have that. So I'm gonna stay inside today. So society, you're welcome. Okay, so let's kind of give you some quick thoughts about the products that I did use that I threw on my face. So the things that are like oldies but goodies, obviously Ritual Diffuse Thorn Oil, love that. Cultura eyeliner from Melt Cosmetics, love that. I use CoverGirl Simply Ageless to set the face and I used it to kind of buff out the blue eyeshadow, love that. For the truck stop hooker, this is the shade Cuffed Up from Urban Decay, the Vice Liquid Lip. Love that one too. And then, oh, listen, the mascara, I am still obsessed so much with the Lethal Cosmetics color mascara. It's so fucking good. It's just the lower lash line, just fucking beacon of light, a breath of fresh air. I love every fucking thing about it. It's so good. And the other thing that I cannot stop using is the e.l.f. Lash Extender. This is a great, great, great tubing mascara. It provides length, it's comfortable, it doesn't feel heavy, and it's also incredibly easy to clean. Love that. So those are the products that I have, you know, featured on my channel at one point or another. Oh, I'm so sorry. I also use the Haus Labs concealer. This still is, again, within like the top 5. Fucking amazing. So for the things that I haven't really talked about too much, I'll kind of be quick about them because I want to do like a last call roundup at the end of the month. This one from YSL, this so far has been exceeding my expectations, and I'll just leave it at that. We'll talk about it more during that review, but like so far, fucking mind blown. Same thing can be said about the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. This one is a little bit different from the one shade that I have been using, which is the lightest shade. This one is all budded up. So this is number 2. This was the first time I was using it today. Fucking, it's amazing. This product, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I cannot stop using it. I cannot stop using it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But again, I will talk about that in like more of a wrap up video. The All Nighter Setting Spray. I like this. I think it does a really nice job refreshing the skin. It smells good. I feel like my makeup has really good longevity when I use this. Is this my extra glow though? I feel like this is definitely a little bit more of like a dewier spray. Like I feel like definitely more glowy and stuff. This one too, but not as much as this one. So this one I still think is my favorite, but I would happily repurchase this one again. Now let's talk about the Adept stuff. So this is the Adept Cosmetics Amy Loves Makeup collaboration. This was not sent to me in PR. I purchased this with my own money, but regardless if this was sent to me in PR or not, I'm still gonna give you my honest thoughts. This I love. I love this. I think this little palette is super fucking cute. I really do love their blush formula. One of my favorite things that they ever created was the little face palettes. And I have one where the highlighter is a little bit too dark for me, so I can't really get away with it. But their bronzers are fucking good. I love the blush formula. Now, granted, I did not use the shade Cupid, so I can't really talk about that one. But Mishka, which I want to say Misha really bad from 90 Day Fiance, but I won't. But Misha. I like this one a lot. I think this is really pretty. Highlighters, oh, bitch. I fucking love both of them. I thought the shade Aries was going to be like, maybe a little bit too dark for me. No, it's just fucking glorious and gorgeous. I don't really have a favorite. Both sides look amazing and I love it. This kind of palette I see myself reaching for all the time. I love a good bubblegum pink blush and I can't wait to see how this is going to look. But swatch wise, this has like a nice kind of like rosy-ish kind of color. I think this is gonna look pretty good. So I'll let you know at the end of the month if I'm still loving it, but this is cute. I like that you get a nice mirror and I also like the packaging. I like the packaging of the eyeshadow palette too. I think this one's done better, meaning that there is no weird texture. It doesn't feel like sandpaper in my hand. This feels luxurious and adorable. I love this. Now, when it comes to the eyeshadow palette, I don't love the packaging on this one so much. It's fucking beautiful, but I don't like that you get all these like rogue fucking glitters all over your hands. I don't like how rough the texture is. I am a weirdo when it comes to texture, and if it feels funny, it's because listen, I have eczema on my hands, especially when I get stressed out. Like it'll fucking bubble up and be gross, and anything that is just really kind of like off-putting just makes it that much more worse to touch. So I don't like touching the palette. I don't like it, but whatever, we look past that, right? We just flip it over and now I'm not touching the palette and that's great. I like that you get a nice full-size mirror here. I think this color story is really, really beautiful, but I will be honest, when I did get it in my hand, I was like, okay. I'm so used to palettes, I guess, having a few more lighter matte shades. So I kind of was like, all right, this is more of a focus on all the shifty shimmery shades. So who gives a fuck about the amount of mattes, right? It's not the end of the world. You're really here for all the shifty and fun shades. But I'm not gonna lie, it would have been nicer to kind of have like a lighter matte shade, especially blend out the blue instead of being a commoner and having to use my translucent setting powder. It's not the end of the world. And I'm just being a fucking brat. I know that. But it's just something that I would have liked. But it's not my palette, so who gives a shit, right? Who cares? The shimmery shades, I only really used 2. The one that's pretty much all over the lid was the shade Lavender. I loved the swatch of it. I thought the swatch was so beautiful. And as soon as I put it on the eye, I was like, oh, okay. I really had to build it up, but thankfully it was more of a brush situation and not so much of a shadow performance issue, because as soon as I used it with a synthetic brush, it was like bam, instant payoff. What I don't love about the shade is the amount of fallout that I'm getting, because the fallout is not very easy to clean. So it definitely looks like I was eating Tinkerbell's ass. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. And as much as I'm like trying to get some of these off, it's like, it's fucking damn near impossible. So that kind of blows. I don't like that. So this is a palette that I would have to do my eye makeup first and then my base, which is not the end of the world. But lately I have been loving doing my base first and then my eyeshadow. I know, it's weird. My preferences have kind of changed over like the last like fucking year, but that would have been nice. But again, it's not the fucking end of the world. So I was kind of in between Lights Up and Pink. I ultimately chose Pink because there's some pink in the lavender shade, and I feel like it's pairing really nicely, and I like that. The shade Glam, I was a little taken back because of the immediate pink staining that's on my hands, so that's a shade that I'm probably not gonna fuck with too much, which kind of sucks. But that's, I don't know, listen, I look like fucking paper. I don't like things that stain my eyes. I really don't, because it doesn't fuck me up for a day. It's usually like 2 to 3 days where it just looks like I have pink eye and and it's not cute. So yeah, the shade looks really pretty, but like I'm a little fearful because of just the staining with that one. But yeah, I'm excited to use the rest of the palette, but I need to use other mattes because I feel like when I do look at the mattes, well, I do like this selection and I feel like it pairs very well with the shimmer shades. I feel like I am not super inspired and I just have to like look for something else to kind of put my base down and then rely on the shimmers to just really be the star of the show. For example, like Billion Much and Mocha, they kind of look the same in my opinion. Yeah, they kind of look the same. Granted, it could look very different on the eye, but it makes me kind of wonder, like, did you really need those two? I don't know. I like the shade Mia more. I didn't find the shade to be like patchy or weird or anything like that. It blended very easily and it also blended very nicely with my setting powder. I used the shade Scrunchy as a liner shade. Had no issue with that either. 1997 looks nice too. Looks like just a nice run-of-the-mill chocolate brown. Yeah, see, I don't know, like this, they're fine, but like these do not wow me as much as the shimmer shades. Do I regret picking this up? No, I don't. When I look at all the fun shimmer shades, I really, really love the tone of them. I don't know, they're just so, oh, that's a good Tin Man Dick silver. Although it is kind of more like blue leaning, but like, they're just gorgeous. Like, so the few criticisms that I do have, like who gives a shit? Because these are so fucking fun. And that's the whole point of this palette, is that it's like so celestial and just fucking fun and just, I don't know, like cyborg, take me to your leader so I could fuck them. Like I really like that part of this palette. So I'm not inspired with the mattes, but I feel super inspired by the majority of the palette. So for that, it's a fucking win. But I want to create more looks with it because I want to see how many looks I can really do with this little guy. I feel like actually quite a few because there's a lot of just really beautiful tones. And I am just a huge fan of cool tone palettes. Ooh, okay. Well, actually, wait. No. All right, I thought I had like another staining situation, but no, not really. Kind of a little bit, actually. I think that Pisces shade kind of stained me too. That kind of sucks. All right. I'm just gonna have to be a little mindful. Yeah, that's fucking stained. All right. Again, though, I look like paper. I think both of these are technically still available to purchase. If you had to pick one, like if you only had the budget for one, I feel like this is so good. I really like this. I think out of both products, this is my favorite one because I see myself using this all the time. The eyeshadow palette, while I think it's super, super fucking beautiful, my preferences as of late have been kind of changing more and more to a fucking Anne. And while this feels like an Anne palette in a way, it's still like Anne with a twist. So I don't see myself really, utilizing this shit every day. The face palette, absolutely. But again, it just comes down to preference. As of late, have been like a neutral little Nelly. I've been using Merit eyeshadows. I don't know who I am anymore, okay? Sometimes I just want like a neutral eye look and then just like a pop of color in the waterline and like some color mascara and then call it a day. Like that's just where I'm at in life. Oh yeah, that purple did stain. That purple did stain, okay. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but yeah. Now it looks like I have a bruise on my hand. Okay, so I need to be careful of that shade. Overall, I'm very happy that I picked this up. This is just a fun celestial truck stop hooker vibe and I'm here for it. So now I need to go to work. Yep, I need to go to work. Okay, now I want to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you have any of this makeup, if you love it, if you hate it, or if you do go to Costco, what are your favorite things from Costco? If I do have BJ loyalists in the comments, please let me know what your favorite things are, snacks, or just, I don't know, anything. Just let me know. I love buying stuff. Anyway, actually before I go, for my eyebrows, they might be skewing a little red. I'm using the new CoverGirl Micro whatever, this product, and I got it for the shade blonde, but I feel like it looks kind of a little red. Back to the drawing board. Okay, so I don't know if I love that so much, but it's okay though. The other day I did use the NYX pencil in like cool ash brown, and then somebody recommended it in the comments, which I was like, we are twins. And I really like that one. So if you haven't seen my summer house video on Wednesday, that's what I had on my brows and I'm still obsessed with that one. So I think I'm kind of leaning more towards that, but whatever, who cares? You don't care, I don't care. I want to say thank you so much to my patrons and my beautiful YouTube members for keeping this garbage boat afloat. Anyway, I'll see you motherfuckers on Sunday. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, bye.